Steele on the show now, who picked up a 13-second knockout at FFC for the 170-pound amateur title. Kody, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. And another fight, another impressive victory. You're still very young in your career, but you look outstanding, man. Did you think this fight, this most recent one, would be as quick as it was, or did you expect a little bit longer of a fight?
I kind of predicted like the things I was going to do. Like I was telling my friends, because like before I'm fighting in jujitsu or just anything in general, like I kind of like visualize a lot and stuff. So like I was like, I'm gonna kick him in the calf. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna slip this punch. I'm gonna do that. But like I told myself like I'm gonna do it and put him away in the fourth round. So, but I kind of did everything, just happened really fast. So I was like, all right, cool.
As far as visualization goes, I try to do that myself for certain things in my life, and I wish I was a little bit better at it. But you look at someone like Conor McGregor, one of the biggest fighters on the planet, that he's been very adamant and open about visualization and how it helps him. Is that something that you feel has really helped evolve your MMA career so far?
I think so. I mean, I kind of I've done it through like wrestling and jujitsu and stuff like that. So I've always visualized what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. And especially like if I'm studying a guy, then I kind of know what he likes to do, or I see what he likes to do. So then I can kind of start going off of that, and I know what's going to land and what's going to be for me.
Mhm. And with this second fight of your young amateur career so far, you're already fighting for a title, man. Like, does that kind of blow your mind? Did you expect to already have gold around your waist so soon?
Kinda. I mean, I told myself when I was talking, and I also was talking to Eric. I was telling him, I'm like, he was telling me like that's kind of getting hard to like find fights for you because people keep like dropping out and stuff. So I was like, just let me fight the title then, and then we'll go from there. And then if I need to fight again, then at least they'll have to fight me for the title, so I could just defend it. Give them a little bit more kind of.
So do you feel like people, just know about your background and, how well-rounded of a mixed martial artist you are? That's the reason why they're having a difficult time matching you up?
Maybe, I mean, because like I'm a little bit more in the jujitsu scene, and I don't know, some guys, especially like an amateur, I think a lot of people either want to like, they just want to fight just to fight and try it out, or, some want to do really well, but, most guys don't want to like just fight a black belt in something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, tell me a little bit about like your background, how you got into combat sports and, all the variety of disciplines that you've trained thus far.
Um, well, I started wrestling when I was about like 14 or something like that in middle school. And I just really liked it. I liked it a lot. I wasn't like the best at it, but I really enjoyed it. And then my senior year of high school, I did moving away from Washington. So I ended up moving to Texas, but we didn't have any wrestling at my high school. So then the next best thing was like jujitsu. And then I was thinking like I wanted to do MMA, but I was still really young and didn't know anything about jujitsu. So I was like, all right, let me see. Do I want to get good at striking, or since I have a little bit of wrestling, do I want to get good at striking, or do I want to just get a be like really well rounded on the ground and stuff? And then I just ended up picking up jujitsu, and then jujitsu kind of just started taking off for me. So then I've just been sticking with that for a while. But now I feel like I'm at a point where I'm ready to move on and chase MMA.
When you first started watching MMA, is there a fighter or two, anyone that really stood out that maybe you looked up to or emulated? I know for me, it was George St. Pierre who got me into the sport. I absolutely love the guy. Is there anyone specific that really stood out for you?
I think the first person that kind of like caught my eye that I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. Like I want to start doing this was like Rampage, Jack. He was just like picking dudes up in triangles and slamming them, and then like knocking them out and doing crazy things. And then I ventured off to like watching like Fedor and yeah, it's just the crazy guys.
Very good. So old school, man. Those are the guys that really started the sport. I actually heard an interview with Rampage the other day with on a Sirius satellite, and he's the same rampage as he's always been. I don't know if you listen to much of what he says, but he's an absolute riot, man. One of the funniest guys in the game.
Yeah, he looks hilarious. I've always just like followed his like kind of career and stuff.
No doubt. Now you're in Austin, Texas. Tell me, what gym do you train out of? Like, what are your main training partners? How is all of that going?
So right now I'm training at a Brazilian Fire Factory. That's like my jujitsu school, and and then I'll go to like if I do my striking, I'll go do some. I'll go to like this ambush Muay Thai. It's like a Muay Thai stand-up school. So I bounce between those two. We don't really have like a MMA program here or MMA school, but I know I know guys around here that have done MMA before. The guys I've trained with, they either train Muay Thai and they've done MMA, or they train Jiu-Jitsu and they've done MMA. So like, I kind of just make them be my bodies, and then they teach me what they know, and I study as much as I can. But I'll travel to San Antonio as well sometimes. In San Antonio, they got a lot of fighters over there. So like once a week, twice a week, I'll go visit and drive over to San Antonio.
So what are your goals with the sport? I got to imagine, if you're making a run at it and you're trying to be as good as you can, the UFC is what stands out first and foremost. Is that where your head's at? Do you feel like, we're going to see you in the UFC a couple of years from now?
I think you'll definitely see me in the UFC. It's kind of like, when I started doing MMA, I've always wanted to, fight in the UFC and see things like that. But more importantly, I just want to put on like exciting fights and good fights and things like that. So I think like after like a couple of years, when I feel a little bit more comfortable of like fighting at that level, then I'll definitely be chasing it.
Give me your title picks for this weekend. I'm sure you'll be watching Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira for the lightweight title, and Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena.
Well, I'll go. I say Amanda Nunes is probably gonna win. She's really hard to bet against right now. It's just kind of like she's on another level. So that's the problem. As Dustin Poirier and Charles Oliveira goes, that's just a really good fight. But I don't know. I think Poirier will take it. I think they're both like at their like prime right now, and they're both really good. I just think that like maybe Poirier will probably. I think he can handle the submission game and the submission stuff on the ground. Like he can survive that, get to his feet, and then I think he'll be able to outbox and outfight Charles Oliveira. I think Charles Oliveira has really good stand up right now. It's like super crisp and clean, but I think it's just gonna come down to like that dogginess. I feel like fourth round is gonna be really hard for Charles Oliveira, and I feel like Poirier will just keep coming with it. So I say like around like fourth round, maybe Poirier takes it.
Okay, I could totally see that happening. I feel like you might be spot on with both of those predictions there. And obviously, that Poirier Oliveira fight is for the 155 title. You just won an amateur welterweight bout, so I just wanted to ask, what is it you typically walk around at? What is that cut like to get down to 170 for you? And could we see you fight in a different weight class or two down the line?
Yeah, so like my weight, I'm not like super big. I'm probably about like 178, 76 around there. Like I can like fluctuate between those. The heaviest I'll get is about 180, 83. I'll kind of like if that's me like kind of blowing up a little bit. Um, I only fight at 170 right now just because like if an amateur pulls out on me, then I'm like, all right, whatever. At least I don't have to like really kill myself. Um, but once I go pro, my fight at 55, and like the higher levels that I go, I'll be fighting at 55.
Okay. Do you feel like you'll have to change your body at all and walk around a little bit lower than what you're at right now to make 55, or do you feel like that cut will be doable for you?
I think I'll have to cut or like change my body just a little bit. I don't have a lot of like extra on me. I'm pretty lean as is, so I feel like I'm gonna have to slowly get a little smaller. I kind of stopped lifting a lot of weights, so I kind of do a little bit more like cardio and like rubber band type work or kettlebell stuff. But uh, yeah, I'm slowly trying to get myself down there. Uh, so the cut to 155 will be a little bit easier. I'm pretty sure I can do it. I'll probably just get a nutritionist, and I think once I do that, it'll be easy.
You definitely have a lot of the right people around you. I mean, it's got to be pretty cool already where you're at as an amateur to be signed with Iridium, right? I mean, I think you might be the only amateur that they have signed on their roster. Maybe there's another one, but if there is, I don't know who. I mean, that's got to do a lot for your confidence, right? To know that such a big sports management company believes in you the way that they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, took me for surprise a little bit. I was like, wow, these guys really believe in me and they're like getting behind me, but we're grateful to have them because I feel like, if I just keep working hard and I keep doing what I'm doing, I think they're going to put me on the right path and kind of like give me like opportunities. And all I need, honestly, is just opportunity to do what I need to do. And I can do it, So I believe like working with them, they're going to be able to bring me these opportunities and I'm going to knock out the park.
Can't wait to see what's next for you. When do you think you'll be defending your 170-pound title there for FFC? Do you hope it'll be in early 2022, or could it be maybe even before then?
So I was gonna defend the title, but then I was like talking with with my coaches, and then I was talking with like Iridium and stuff and the management, and then we just kind of just agreed that we were just like, let's just go pro, and then we can still work our way through, like, because for me, like, I don't like, I know there's other promotions like Bellator and One and stuff, but and I think if I jump into those organizations and I'm fighting at like the prelim kind of card fights and stuff, like I feel like I could do well and I could do good, but I don't know. I want to like kind of work my way through the regional scene, stay on the outside, keep taking fights, and then get a little bit more experience, and but also build my record so I can start getting paid and things like that.
Makes sense. So you've had your last amateur fight. You're going pro now.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. I'm excited to see what is next. Pleasure interviewing you for the first time, Kody. Again, Kody Steele, round one KO, 13 seconds at FFC for the 170-pound title. Before I let you go, man, I want to have you tell people where to follow you on social media. And if you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
You guys can follow me at Kody Steele BJJ on Instagram, and then shout out to my sponsors and stuff. Level Black, they like help me out a ton, and then my management team with Iridium.